Hello, here I am again with another video no one will watch. Just kidding, I just need to make better videos. This is the 2010 Nissan Navara 2.5 DCI Tekna dual cab that I've been running around in for the last few months. Now I'm not particularly keen on pickup trucks due to safety, much safer in an SUV. I do value that very highly, but I needed a temporary tow vehicle, and I was well aware of the chassis snapping on the Navaras, but what I wasn't aware of is the surprisingly low towing capacity that they have. So on the logbook, the details to do with the towing capacity are actually completely blanked out, non-existent. So it wasn't until I looked at the chassis sticker. You see here we've got a gross weight, or gross train weight, of 5.8 tonnes and a 3.2 tonne maximum, I can't remember the specific what it's called, but the vehicle weight, the maximum gross vehicle weight with the when it's fully loaded. And the difference between these two numbers is 2.6 tonne, which is quite disappointing really for a tow vehicle, given that the Nissan X-Trail has a 2 tonne capacity. XC90s, the old XC90s, they're surprisingly low as well at 2.4. So rather embarrassing when you've got your own tow vehicle and you have to ask to borrow someone's Touareg in order to tow anything over 2.6 tonnes. This makes it all the more strange that, ironically, it tows really, really well. And I have had more than the specified weight on the back of it, and it's towed it better than vehicles with higher capacities. So I'm not sure whether the reason for the low capacity is the chassis being prone to snapping. The dual cab has the 2.6 tonne towing capacity. The King cab is the highest at 3 tonne, which is surprising when the new shape is 3.5 tonne. Now these must have been a very successful model for Nissan, as they ran from 2004 all the way up to 2015, and I've seen some as late as 65 plates in this shape. This is a Tekna with 190 brake, with a really odd spec. We've got a sunroof, I don't know how common they are, but it has a touchscreen sat-nav, which I haven't seen in any other Tekna models for some reason. I like it when these seats fold up. Not so easy to do with one hand. And then you can also remove these trays. Which gives you quite a lot of area in the back. I imagine this will appeal to large dog owners, assuming they don't want to put them in the pickup bed. Behind the rear seat, the toolkit. I can tell you something, it hurts a lot if you manage to bang your elbow on that when applying the handbrake. Really annoying. Direct drive fan, when you start up, always reminds me of the old Pajeros and Bighorns that you used to get. You always used to hear them with the direct drive fans. This touchscreen nav that's on this somehow warns you of speed cameras even when you're not on a route. I've noticed even when it's not even on the nav screen, it'll warn me of speed cameras. I've no idea what this setup is and what it's from and what option it was. So I did have a 3 litre V6 diesel last year, automatic, and I much preferred that. I'm not overly keen on manuals on the road or for the road. The clutch on this is very heavy. It's not the heaviest, but it is pretty noticeably heavy for most people. I used this car to bring a car back from Glasgow right on the limit of the towing capacity, 900 kilo triaxle trailer and a 1600 kilo car on the back, and it's absolutely great. Just uncomfortable. The car itself is very, very uncomfortable. And something else to point out is it's quite jumpy with an empty trailer. So the back of the pickup just is like this with an empty trailer, but as soon as you get some weight on it, drives absolutely fine, even above the maximum capacity. As the only pickups that I've had are this, a 3 litre V6 version, and a D22, I don't know how it compares to others, but when you're driving it, the first thing you notice when you come out of an SUV or any car is how heavy the front end is. It does not steer like a car at all. It might feel like a car inside, but it does not steer like one. And the sheer length of the thing, it's much longer than a Range Rover Sport that I had recently. Makes it very, very difficult when manoeuvring even without a trailer, but with a trailer, when you're trying to reverse and turn around a corner with the trailer, it's really difficult to get the back end moving with such a long wheelbase. This example's on 196,000 miles. Sounds as good as they get. I don't like the sound of a 4-cylinder. I do wish that they put more 6-cylinder engines in these things. Even the modern Isuzus with the 4-pots, they sound absolutely dreadful. But it does have plenty of pull for such a big truck. So all I'd say, if you were considering one, do consider spending the extra money and getting a V6 diesel. Be aware of the towing capacities not being as high as other vehicles. and be very aware that they're not particularly comfortable to drive long distance. This is one of the last vehicles that I need to get rid of before getting on with the project that I keep going on about, but I'm so close now. This is the last one, and that'll be coming up soon. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.